I call the regular meeting for the Milliken Board of Trustees for April 8th, 2026 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Town Clerk, will you please call roll?
Trustee Nix.
Here.
Trustee Orcutt.
Here.
Trustee Wakeman.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Here.
Mayor Austin.
Here.
And I'd like to note Trustee Roseberry is out.
Okay. Are there any changes to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll take a motion.
I move to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Orcutt.
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Trustee Nix.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. First, we have the Arbor Day proclamation. So, whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture that a special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday, called Arbor Day, was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska. And whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world. And whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cutting heat and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce life-giving oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products. And whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community. And whereas, that's the last whereas, I promise, trees, wherever they are planted, are a source of joy and spiritual renewal, I now therefore proclaim April 24th, 2026 as Arbor Day in the town of Milliken, and I urge all citizens to celebrate Arbor Day and to support our efforts to protect our trees and woodlands, and further urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the heart and promote the well-being of this and future generations. Thank you. We have a second proclamation today. Okay. This one, okay, is our National Crime Victims' Rights Week. Whereas crime can leave a lasting physical, emotional, and financial impact on people of all ages and abilities, and whereas in 1984, the Crime Victims Fund was established by Victims of Crime Act, VOCA, to provide a permanent source of support for crime victims' services and compensation through fines and penalties paid by convicted offenders. And whereas National Crime Victims' Rights Week, April 8th through the 14th, provided an opportunity to celebrate the commitment that launched the victims movement, inspired its progress, and continues to advance the cause of justice from crime victims. Now, therefore, I, Elizabeth Austin, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of the town of Milliken, Colorado, do hereby proclaim that month of April 19th through the 25th, 2026 as National Crime Victims' Rights Week, and reaffirm Milliken's commitment to respect and enforce victims' rights and address victims' needs during the week and throughout the year. I do believe we have some people that wish to speak. Is that accurate, Chief Garcia?
That's okay.
Yes, we have members of the Victims Services Unit here.
Welcome.
Hello. My name is Heather Wright. I am your Victim Services Manager. My team not only covers the town of Milliken, we cover 13 police departments here in Weld County. I wanted to take the time to announce my teammates who are here. I've got Janessa, who is a paid staff member, Gracie, paid staff member, and Sydney, paid staff member. But the most important person in this room, in my opinion, is Miss Meredith. She is a Milliken resident. She is also a volunteer victim advocate with our team. So she is doing this service for free. She is absolutely outstanding and amazing, and I just want to acknowledge that she is doing a very hard job out of the goodness of her heart. So thank you, Meredith, and all my volunteers who do this. I am so glad that we cover Milliken. I started as a coordinator over 10 years ago, and you guys have always been one of the jurisdictions that my team has covered. And I am so grateful for the chief and the officers here for constantly supporting victims of crime and bringing us in to help them immediately. My plea this year to every person in this room, be them an officer, a citizen, or a board member, when a person comes to you and reveals that they were the victim of something horrific, start by believing them. It's free, it's hard, but at the same time, it's very easy to be there, be a listening ear, support them in whatever way you are capable of in that moment. And then just always know that me and my team are available if there's any help needed. Thank you. Oh, also one more thing, sorry. The MAD representative with MAD Colorado wished she could be here, but we spent the day up in Denver for the Colorado Healing Fund, which will come in after a mass tragedy. So we rushed back down from Denver to be here tonight. Also, on April 21st at 4:30 p.m., I wanted to extend an invitation. We are hosting a victims' rights event. We are doing a tree planting ceremony in Bittersweet Park in Greeley. All of Weld County victims, we want to invite them to come and have a platform to speak. And the announcement should be hitting social medias here soon. So Chief, I will be hitting you up to announce that here as well. So thank you guys very much for your time.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up will be Chief Garcia, and he will have a swearing-in ceremony for our newest officer, Natalia Barton.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, Mayor and members of the board. Tonight, I would like to introduce you to the newest member of our police department, Natalia Barton. Natalia is a Colorado native, born and raised in Evans, Colorado, a lifelong animal lover. Excuse me. She has served on Weld County Sheriff's Posse for the past 2 years as part of the mounted unit alongside her horse, Brewster. When she's not riding or volunteering, Natalia enjoys spending her free time with loved ones, and Natalia is looking forward to serving our community of Milliken.
Please put your hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Natalia Barton,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and enforce
that I will support and enforce
the Constitution and laws of the United States of America
the Constitution and laws of the United States of America
and the state of Colorado
and the state of Colorado
and the ordinances of the town of Milliken,
and the ordinances of the town of Milliken,
and shall faithfully perform
and shall faithfully perform
to the best of my abilities
to the best of my abilities
the duties of a police officer
the duties of a police officer
for the town of
for
Milliken.
the town of Milliken.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard. Oh, by the way, have you heard about the mayor yet?
She's an icon. She speeds a lot.
Talk to Amos. Let Lizzie, $150 speed. Welcome aboard. Yeah, it was $150.
That's it.
Fast, I was going fast. Sorry. All right. Next up is citizens' comments. Do we have anybody that wants to address the board? Okay, we can just skip over that. We have approval of the minutes from March 25th, 2026. Does anybody have any comments? If not, I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve the previous meeting's minutes as written.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Wakeman,
I'll abstain.
Trustee Nix,
Yes.
Trustee Orca,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Abstain, I was not present for the meeting.
Motion carries.
Okay. Next up is the town administrator's report. Administrator Powell.
Oh, thank you, Mayor, trustees. Good evening. This is what's going on for the last few weeks. On Monday, March 30th, I met with Crystal LeMay from the Department of Local Affairs to strategize recruitment for the town administrator position. We identified several key platforms for the job announcement to ensure maximum reach, including the town's website, Facebook, the Colorado Municipal League, and the Colorado City and County Management Association. They're part of ICMA, but they're this Colorado state side of it. On Tuesday, March 31st, staff conducted second round interviews with 3 finalists for the deputy town clerk position. Following a comprehensive review, Michelle Martin, the town's current receptionist administrative assistant, was selected for the role. The Inez Avenue culvert cleaning process that's been going on for a while is now complete, and according to John, it looks really good. Parks Department has been concentrating on irrigation repairs and making sure that the systems are running efficiently. Unfortunately, Keith has found a few leaks, but he's got those fixed. Parks Department has also been working on restoring benches that are worn. Replacing a bench is about $1,850, and they can restore them for approximately $250 apiece. So they've been working hard on doing that. So thanks, Keith. 52 youth attended Mickle for the month of March, which is quite a good number. At the Easter extravaganza, 6,000 eggs were prepared. There was a large turnout, and 6 Milliken police officers were there for the festivities. And this was held at Sappington Park. The Milliken Annual Health and Resource Fair will be on May 27th, starting at 8:30 a.m. during the regular food bank day, which is held at TRPR's Milliken Athletic Center. The summer feeding program is starting on May 28th, which is a Thursday. As a reminder, the town's Arbor Day celebration will be held on Friday, April 24th at 10 a.m. This year it will be held at Lola Park. And that's what I have. If you have any questions?
Thank you. Very nice.
You're welcome.
report. All right, we don't have anything on the consent agenda. We will move to the first action agenda item. We have a public hearing for consideration and approval of resolution number 2026-13, a resolution updating the fees on the town fee schedule. Presenting will be Stephen Krochuk. Since this is a public hearing, the time is 6:45 and I'm opening the hearing.
Good evening, Mayor, town trustees. Tonight's public hearing is to go over, as Mayor said, to look at the new amended fee schedule that we have. With this fee schedule, it's going to update 4 different areas here. One's going to be the refuse collection rates, which is going to be trash and recycling. This is to show the 5% increase that is our annual contract that we have with Waste Connections. We're also going to do the water meter fees for the new cost for this year. We're removing the impact fees associated with Front Range Fire Rescue District. And then the general fund, we're going to add the credit card fees associated with non-utility town services. As far as the budget, the fee schedule will have a revenue increase in both the water and trash fund to offset the increase in expenditure, and then in the general fund to show the credit card expenditures that we have for the year. So staff recommends that the board adopt the revised fee schedule of Resolution 2026-13, which will be in effect on May 1st, 2026. I will answer any questions that you might have.
Okay, trustees, questions from the trustees, starting with Trustee Orca.
No questions.
Trustee Nix.
No questions.
Trustee Wakeman.
No questions.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
No questions.
I do not have any questions. Do we have any public comment? Hearing none. Okay, the time is 6:46 and I'm closing the public hearing. There's no further discussion on the matter. I will take a motion.
I move to adopt resolution number 2026-13, adopting the updated fee schedule effective May 1st, 2026.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Nix.
Yes.
Trustee Orca.
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is consideration and approval of a change order for the Public Work Equipment Storage Building, presenting as John Rabus, Streets and Facilities Director.
Yeah, good evening. Ground Engineering conducted a payment assessment for the Public Works Equipment Storage Facility and identified 5 feet of undocumented fill material. Such fill materials poses a high risk of soil movement during construction or post-construction. It is recommended that the area be over-Xed 5 feet to remove the undocumented fill and replaced with Class 1 structural fill to ensure stability and long-term performance.
Okay, questions from the board? Trustee Wakeman.
I just wanted to clarify, looking through the bids, they all had just kind of a little bit different, obviously how they bid was a little bit different,
Right.
but LG Everest, it ended up being the lowest cost, right? By the time you
Correct.
considered fuel and the cost of the material, it was the lowest
Right.
cost, correct? Yeah. Just wanted to clarify that. That's how I was reading it, but wanted to be sure I was seeing it the same way.
Yeah, then on top of that, Raptor Materials, their fuel charge was quite a bit more.
Yeah, I saw that.
Trustee Nix.
No questions.
Trustee Orcutt.
So 30,000 was appropriated, so am I reading it correctly that we're going over 38,000 on it? Okay. I'm
No, it
sure.
was $27,250 for the purchase of the Class
Got
1
it.
structural fill, but $30,000 was appropriated.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
No questions.
I don't have any questions. There's no further discussion. I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to authorize the town administrator to purchase Class 1 structural fill material for $27,258 for the Public Work Equipment Storage Building.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Nix.
Yes.
Trustee Orca.
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Next item is consideration and authorization for the mayor to sign a construction agreement for cape sealing various roadways. Presenting again is John Rabus, Streets and Facilities Director.
In 2022, a pavement maintenance plan was established. The cape sealing is a maintenance technique that preserves and prolongs the lifespan of pavement surfaces and is included as part of the town's annual pavement program. And we did also receive another bid from A1 Chip Seal, and that came in at $212,662.50.
Questions from the board? Trustee Nix.
218,000, right?
Yeah, $218,000.
That's it.
Okay, Trustee Wakeman.
Just double checking, A1 is who we've used for the last few years, right?
That's
Yeah,
right, the
yeah,
last
and
2 years.
they were higher. You have experience with Vance Brothers or
Vance Brothers, not from here, but from my past
a
experience.
previous, feel confident in their work?
Oh, definitely.
Great, okay, thank you.
Trustee Orcutt.
No questions.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
No questions.
I have no questions. If there's no further discussion, I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to authorize the mayor to sign a construction agreement with Vance Brothers LLC for cape sealing various town roadways for $187,106.25.
A second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt.
Yes.
Trustee Nix.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item is consideration and authorization for the mayor to sign a construction agreement for mill and overlay on County Road 378 and North Francis Avenue. Presenting is John Ravis, Streets and Facilities Director.
Mill and overlay projects are included as part of the town's annual maintenance program. Both roadways have been designated in the capital improvements program for the past 4 years. It's taken us some time to get to them, but eventually we are.
Thank you. Questions from the board? Trustee Orcutt?
No questions.
Trustee Nix?
No questions.
Trustee Wakeman?
Just wondering, I didn't see additional bids on this one. Did we get more bids than just from Western Plain?
At the very back of the construction agreement.
Okay, maybe I just missed it then, didn't get far enough. Are they the lowest bid?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I assume. Just wanted to double check and be sure on that then.
I'll get to it here in a minute. We had a total of 8 bidders.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
No questions.
I have none. If there's no further discussion, I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to authorize the mayor to sign a construction agreement with Western Plains Construction LLC for a 2-inch mill and overlay on CR 378 and North Francis Avenue for $154,144.30.
A second.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Nix.
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt.
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. All right, the next item is authorization to execute agreement with GLH Construction for Meadow Farms Equestrian Trail Improvements. Presenting is Kevin Coble, Community Development Director.
Thank you, Mayor, Trustees. So this is a project for out in the Meadow Farm subdivision. This is for part of the overall trail connections within there for an equestrian trail. These were supposed to be done as part of the development, but as over negotiations with the previous developer and the town, the installation of this trail was set up to be done by the town. So we went out for bids at the end of February. We got 10 bids back. GLH was the lowest bid for this. We originally had bid this as a 10-foot trail, even though the easement's for 20 feet, just to ensure that we could at least get some bids in that would at least make the project complete. From there, we can have conversations with GLH about modifying that trail from that standpoint to maybe meet a little bit more of the needs of the neighborhood. This item isn't appropriated as of yet, since it wasn't known when this item was going to come forward. We have the funds available, they're just not appropriated. We'd bring appropriation at the next meeting for the overall funds for this project, but this is to give the approval for the contract with GLH to get out there and complete this project by the end of June. In talking with GLH, I think they would actually have this project done beginning to mid-May is kind of where they're looking at right now, depending on schedule. So happy to answer any questions you have on that one.
Thank you. Questions from the board? Trustee Wakeman?
So you may have said this and maybe I just misunderstood. So this isn't the total amount that's available for this project,
This is
correct?
not. We have roughly 180,000 left over that after other costs that occurred on this. After this item went out for bid last year, and only a handful of bids, and some of the bids were under that amount and majority of them were over that amount. So that's where we just went with, to be cautious on the safe side, 10 feet from that standpoint. So there is more funds available, and that's now that we have the number under what we have available, it's going to be working with the Meadow Farms group to see what is kind of more of their preference and work with the contractor to get a trail that works for that community that's within that budget that we have remaining.
Okay. And maybe Cheryl can, and maybe this is related but unrelated, we had legal offense or expenses related.
Correct.
And the town has been reimbursed for that out of these
Yes.
dollars, or so
Yep.
this is the dollars that are left over after town
Correct.
reimbursement
Yeah.
on the legal
Yeah,
expense.
these are the 180 is roughly what we have left after attorney's fees.
Okay,
For
great.
this project, yep. And that's why we wanted to make sure we could at least get a trail in with that dollar amount.
Yeah, and we'll just look to work with the HOA on what their additional
Correct.
What, yeah, sounds good.
We received that in January.
Great, thank you, appreciate it.
Trustee Nix?
No questions.
Trustee Orcutt?
No questions.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
You answered my questions already, thank you.
All righty, if there's no further discussion, I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to execute an agreement with GLH Construction for Meadow Farms equestrian trail improvements in the amount of $136,400.65.
Second.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Orcutt?
Abstain.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Trustee Nix?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Yes.
Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item is an intergovernmental agreement with Altamira Metropolitan District Number 5, presenting as Matthew Gould, legal.
Thank you, Mayor Austin. The item before you, if you recall, the board met with representatives of Altamira Metropolitan District Number 5 during a work session on March 11th, I believe. And at that time, the district presented a letter agreement to the town for approval that called for a meeting between district representatives and town staff. The board approved that agreement, and town staff representatives met with district representatives on March 17th. From that meeting, we produced a list of bullet points that we thought would be beneficial if we could get them included into one or more intergovernmental agreements between the town and the Metro District, plus a handful of related districts. So there are actually 2 agreements that are going to be before you tonight that are related to this matter. And I didn't mention it, but this was all triggered by a petition that was received by the district to include within the district a town that's located within Milliken. So with that stage being set, we do have representatives of the district here that are happy to answer questions. And the meeting included, on behalf of staff, Cheryl and myself and Don and Kevin and Forrest Leaf. And that's together from that meeting, we put this list of bullet points together, and the bullet points are addressed by these 2 agreements. So with that, we're happy to take questions.
Okay, questions from the board. Trustee Orcutt?
No questions.
Trustee Nix?
No questions.
Trustee Wakeman?
No questions, just glad that this all worked out.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
No questions.
I don't have any. I'm happy. So if there's no further discussion, I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to approve the intergovernmental agreement regarding inclusion of property that has been proposed for approval by the town of Milliken and Altamira Metropolitan District Number 5.
Second.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt?
Yes.
Trustee Nix?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Yes.
Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next up, we have an intergovernmental agreement with Well County Water Development Authority, presenting Matthew Gould, legal department.
Thank you, Mayor Austin. This is the second agreement that I just mentioned a few minutes ago. This agreement was needed because it relates to some property that might not be within the control of the Metro District. Again, district representatives are here and they can answer questions. But what the town obtained through this agreement was an upsize option on any boring under the South Platte River in certain areas, and also with respect to any pipeline within the town, the easement holder will seek an easement granting the town the right to install a pipeline. So just a couple of things that came out of that discussion that we thought would be valuable for the town. If you notice, the parties to this agreement, actually there's one party, and it is the Well County Water Development Authority. That authority was established by United Water and Sanitation District, South Beebe Draw Metropolitan District, and Platte River Metropolitan District. So these are the related entities that were brought into the scope of this overall, call it a settlement or agreement, these IGAs. So with that, we can take any questions. And I apologize if that was an inartful presentation.
Okay. Questions from the board? Trustee Wakeman?
No specific questions, just again, glad that there's some collaboration here and that we can work together on this.
Trustee Nix?
No questions.
Trustee Orcutt?
No questions.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
No questions.
I don't have any questions either, so I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to approve the intergovernmental agreement regarding easement matters that has been proposed for approval by the town of Milliken and the Weld County Water Development Authority.
A second?
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Nix.
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt.
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean.
Yes.
Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. We have the Metron water meter replacement next, being presented by our water wastewater department, Don Stonebrink.
Good evening, Mayor and Trustees. This is for consideration and authorization to allow Mayor Austin to sign an agreement with Metron for the purchase and installation of the remaining 2,521 smart meters for the town of Milliken. The authorization of this purchase will allow the replacement of older, outdated water meters with the new Metron smart meter technology. This technology eliminates the need for monthly drive-by meter reads using radio technology. The new Metron meters will use cell phone technology for instantaneous access by town staff as well as residents. The use of WaterScope will provide a proactive means for identifying water leaks, overuse, and help residents to actively participate in water conservation efforts by monitoring their own day-to-day use. Staff began replacing these older meters as they failed, and to date have replaced approximately 700 of these meters. The budget appropriation for this was approved on March 25th, 2026. This purchase is a sole source purchase directly from the manufacturer. Staff recommends the board authorize Mayor Austin to sign an agreement with Metron for the purchase and installation of the remaining 2,521 smart meters for the town of Milliken.
Questions from the board? Trustee Orcutt?
The Verizon technology, the cellular technology, is that just a one-time fee that's on there, or do we get charged?
We have 10 years.
10 years from what's on here. Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
comes with it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Trustee Nix?
When are we going to start installing them?
As soon as we get the agreement signed, we're looking at the beginning of May, and hopefully they're saying 90% by the beginning of July.
Nice.
Trustee Wakeman?
I apologize. I think I missed last meeting and so have some catch up. So the company is installing, or this town staff, the company is installing. Okay. I'm excited about, I'm a tech geek, so I'm excited about the additional, what it's going to bring for our residents in order to monitor and my sister actually just had a water leak while we were gone. And so, so a great tool and I guess I'll be curious to see if it actually is something that can help on insurance rates and things like that for residents that, with the additional ability to monitor for water leaks and whatnot. So, looking forward to the technology.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
No questions.
Trustee Orcutt?
I already asked my question. I was first. Wow. The closest to...
Down the garden path.
You got to watch out for the people closest to you. Man.
I don't remember
Helpful,
hearing.
aren't you?
I even asked a question. Yes.
My question.
Oh, yeah, the Verizon question, huh? Sorry, I'm getting old.
I don't remember it
My question
either.
is, on a go-forward basis, as we have new building in town, can we require these meters? We don't want them installing the all kind.
No, when they put in, they do the meter pit. We install the meter when we do the water and sewer inspection. So
But we can require it.
So,
It'll be our choice.
It'll be
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It'll be our meter.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
thank you, that's my only concern. Is there any further questions? Hearing none, I'll take a motion on this.
Oh.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Just rollout timing. Once they're installed, how long before the availability of the additional services for residents?
we'll set up training with those folks for our staff, and then we'll have something for residents. I'm not sure if that'll be social media or what kind of type of deal.
You're gonna
Sounds
teach
good.
old people to use these?
Speak slowly and loudly.
Apps.
And really old people?
And Amanda.
I am one of those old people.
So we do plan on a lot of communication though while we're going through this. So we're gonna have it on the newsletter, we'll have it in the bill, we're gonna post it on the website, we'll make sure we get communication out to everybody, what we're doing. Obviously, we want residents to know why there's somebody in their yard, what they're working on, and then we'll start rolling the technology. We're working on that right now. I'll be dealing with the town clerk to go over some of the hot links that we have, some how-tos that we can put on the website. Similar to how we have on Express Pay right now for utility bill payment. We'll walk through how to use the app, what it's there for.
So now you just reminded me about asking how this impacts your graph.
Oh.
I'll talk about
Okay.
It goes like this.
I know. I know.
So you bring up a good question. So we did have a work session last meeting, last work session. We did go over what this is going to do. There is a savings. So we are going to actually reduce one of our projects where we're able to stretch out the central well replacement for a 10-year program there, which helps us offset. We did appropriation for 1.344, so 1.3,482,000. This came out a little bit under that appropriation even, and even with that, we were able to save 155,000 from the two projects net between. Now we're going to save closer to 200,000 between the two. So this year makes it a little bit better, and it will, we'll bring forward other graphs. We'll start looking at the rates and how revenue requirements going forward on that, so let everybody know. But like I said, we were able to actually find the savings before we moved forward with this project.
Good.
That's something that Don and I have been working on for several months now, working with Metron, and getting a price adjustment is something that we can actually be comfortable to roll out to the board and let the trustees know about it.
Great.
And I'll,
Thank you.
I'll add too that the older meters might not measure
Be capturing-
accurately.
yeah, be
So
capturing
it could also be some extra for the town if these new ones are measuring accurately.
And there's also a savings too. We talked about this too here. There'll be some staff adjustments there, but we actually have budgeted every year for meter replacements. We've actually increased that over the last couple of years. It's one of our maintenance repair lines that we have in the budget. We'll be able to decrease that significantly because what we were doing is trying to replace as many meters within that budget allowed. Now we'll have a few on hand. We're still going to have meters, or things are still going to happen over the the next 10 years. But what we'll do is we'll start bringing forward so we can look at replacement schedule in the long term. So we're not having 2,500, 3,000 meters all need replaced in a given year. So we'll work that out so we can actually have a better, reserve policy there so we can do the replacement in the future. But we will have some savings on a year to year because we won't have to replace as many meters now by doing this as one big project versus stretching out over 7 years.
Sure. Sounds good. I appreciate it. Thanks for the review.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to authorize Mayor Austin to sign an agreement with Metron for the purchase and installation of the remaining 2,521 smart water meters for the town of Milliken.
I second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Orca?
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Trustee Nix?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Yes.
Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any board reports?
Mayor Austin, I have a matter to bring before the board before we leave the action agenda. There was a typographical error in one of the intergovernmental agreements that was pointed out to me by the district representatives, and I'd like to read a motion, and I'm hoping somebody will say so moved to correct the error, just so that you're aware. At the top of the IGA, this is the second IGA, it says this is an agreement with Weld County Water Development Authority. It should say Weld Adams Water Development Authority. So with your permission, I'd like to read a motion. Somebody can follow with so moved. Okay. I move to amend the approval of the intergovernmental agreement with Weld County Water Development Authority to approve instead the intergovernmental agreement with Weld Adams Water Development Authority and to correct the pertinent typographical error in the intergovernmental agreement.
So move.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Winkman?
Yes.
Trustee Nix?
Yes.
Trustee Orcutt?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Dean?
Yes.
Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And sorry, who seconded that?
Me.
You? Okay.
Okay, are there any board reports tonight?
I did attend the North Front Range MPO virtually. Just an interesting twist. You were aware we're in an attainment area, air quality attainment area, and a metropolitan area. They've been following a similar situation that's occurring in Phoenix, in the Phoenix area. And Phoenix is trying to make the case that they should be removed from that attainment area because the causes of the pollution are being imported from Mexico and Asia, as I recall. And I give you this background because they're looking, this metropolitan planning organization is looking at pursuing the same kind of getting out of the attainment area through arguing this. We don't know how successful it's going to be, but it's an interesting thing to follow. Just wanted to share that with the board.
So what's the import? What's the imported issue?
The pollutants are being imported from, they're coming from Mexico. And
So they're drafting.
They're coming in, they're not creating them locally.
I see.
And so they shouldn't be held accountable to reduce the pollution that they're not creating. That's the argument.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they're going to have a lot of success, but that's the argument.
All right, thank you for the update. Any other board reports? Okay, if there's no further business to come before the board, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
I was.
Aye.
Opposed? We're out. Thank you.
I screwed you up last time.